Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into CNH Industrial's latest filing. Get ready because we're about to decode what this means for the future of agriculture and construction equipment. Before we get started, if you love getting the real story behind company reports, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a fantastic community over on Discord, linked in the description box below, so come join the conversation. Alright, so what's the big news from CNH Industrial today? Well, they've just dropped their report for the second quarter of 2025, and it's giving us a peek behind the curtain of how things are going. Think of this as their mid-year checkup, telling us all about their performance on the farm and on the construction site. Now, CNH Industrial is a major player. They make tractors, combines, and construction equipment under brands like Case-ish and New Holland. They're a global company, so their health is a pretty good indicator of the bigger economic picture for farming and building worldwide. Let's get straight to the numbers that matter most. This report is all about their results and financial condition. While the filing itself is pretty formal, we're here to translate it into something easy to understand. The core of this report is really about how much money they made and importantly how they are doing financially. They've released a press release and also a presentation to go along with it, essentially giving us the play-by-play of their second quarter performance. Think of the presentation as the highlight reel and the press release as the official summary. Both are designed to give investors and the public a clear picture of their business. We'll be focusing on the key takeaways from these. Ultimately, what we're looking at here is a snapshot of CNH Industrial's financial health in the last 3 months. This tells us if they're growing, shrinking, or staying steady in a very competitive global market. It's important to remember that a company like CNH is deeply tied to what's happening in agriculture and infrastructure development, so their numbers can signal broader economic trends. The report is dated August 1, 2025, which means it covers their performance up to the end of June 2025. This gives us a look at their business operations during the heart of the agricultural season and a good part of the construction year. This particular filing is a Form 8K, which is basically a report used by publicly traded companies to announce the big news that shareholders care about. In this case, the big news is their second quarter financial results. So what did we learn about their results and financial condition? They're telling us they had solid performance in the second quarter. The press release and presentation likely highlight sales figures, debt levels, and profitability metrics. We're looking for any significant shifts, be it positive or negative, that tell us about the company's trajectory. One of the things that catches the eye in these filings is how the company is managing its debt. For CNH Industrial, a company of this size and with global operations, managing its debt is crucial for its long-term stability and its ability to invest in new technologies or acquisitions. The mention of 3.850 acquisition percent notes due 2027 tells us they have specific debt obligations coming due in a few years, and how they plan to manage those is always important to track. The inclusion of the cover page interactive data file in XBRL format is standard. XBRL, which stands for Extensible Business Reporting Language, is essentially a digital language for business information. It makes financial data more accessible and comparable across different companies and different reporting periods. Think of it as a standardized way to tag financial information so that computers can easily read and understand it. The press release itself is where the company usually puts its best foot forward, highlighting successes and contextualizing any challenges. What we're looking for is how strong their sales were, how profitable they've been, and any forward-looking statements about their expectations for the rest of the year. The presentation offers a more visual and detailed breakdown. We'd expect to see charts and graphs illustrating key performance indicators. This is where they can really draw attention to growth areas, new product launches, or strategic moves that are paying off. This section of the filing is all about the nitty-gritty of their performance. They are essentially reporting on how the business has been doing in plain English, as much as possible for an SEC filing. The fact that they issued a press release on August 1st, 2025 is a key event. This is their way of communicating important company updates to the market in a timely manner. For us, it means we have readily available information to analyze their performance. Regulation FD or fair disclosure is an SEC rule that's really important. It means that when a company releases material information to certain people, they have to make that same information available to everyone at the same time. So when they have that investor conference call, anything they discuss publicly has to be something that everyone can access. This filing is part of that process, ensuring transparency. This confirms that on the same day they released their results, they also provided a presentation to go with it for an investor conference call. These calls are often where management gives color and context to the numbers and a prime opportunity for analysts to ask tough questions. This is where they list all the supporting documents for the report. It's like the table of contents for the extra materials that prove what they're saying. This refers to their official press release announcing the second quarter results. It's the primary announcement of their financial performance for that period. This is the actual slide presentation given to investors. It likely contains more detailed charts and commentary on their performance, strategies, and outlook. Now let's wrap this up with my take. CNH Industrial, as a major global player in essential industries like agriculture and construction, is always an interesting company to watch. Their performance is often a barometer for health of these sectors. What we're seeing here, based on the structure of this filing and the referenced exhibits, is a company that is actively communicating its quarterly results. The focus on a press release and an investor presentation means they are prioritizing transparency and providing clear information to the market. The fact that they are holding an investor conference call indicates they are ready to discuss their performance and answer questions. This is generally a positive sign, showing confidence in their results, or at least a willingness to engage with stakeholders. Looking at the specific exhibits mentioned, like the press release and presentation, we can infer that the report likely contains figures on sales, profitability, and perhaps key operational metrics for the second quarter of 2025. While we don't have the specific numbers in this particular document provided, the structure tells us where to look for them. The mention of their common stock and specific debt, like the 3.85% notes, do 2027 hints at the financial instruments they use to operate and grow. Managing these effectively is key to their long-term success. In essence, this filing sets the stage for understanding CNH Industrial's recent business activity. It points towards a period of reporting and communication where the company is sharing its financial story. The real insights will be in the actual numbers within the press release and presentation, which would allow us to analyze revenue growth, cost management, and overall profitability. For CNH Industrial, strengths often lie in its established brands and global distribution networks. However, a key risk for any company in these sectors is cyclicality. Demand for agricultural and construction equipment can be heavily influenced by commodity prices, government spending on infrastructure, and global economic conditions. We'd need to see the actual financial details to assess how well they're navigating these external factors. Overall, this filing is an announcement that they have reported their Q2 2025 results. It's a signal to investors and analysts to dive into the details of those results to understand the company's current standing and future prospects. Alright, that's our initial decode of what this SEC filing signifies. What are your expectations for CNH Industrial's upcoming performance? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. And as always, join us on Discord for more discussions. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.